What's up, y'all? We have a very important message to discuss today. Listen, I think I'm just learning this in the season that I'm going through right now, and so I wanted to share this with y'all. I really think before God blesses His people with the finances that He wants to bless us with, and the the exaltation and the things that He has for you, I think He needs you to learn this first. He wants you to learn this first before He blesses you and upgrades you. See, a lot of people are in a wilderness season right now, wait for God to change things in their life. If only I had more finances, I could be able to do this. If only I could have more finances, I wouldn't have to worry about these bills so much. I could do this, I could do that. So it is for everybody. And I want you to let you know that God wants you to depend on Him and not the finances. See, in a world where the need for money is so heavily placed in our culture and how we operate, a lot of times we see God's providential hand and His providential care as Him providing us with finances. But that's not always the case. Yes, God will provide the finances when it's in His will to provide the finances, but that's not that's not all that God can do. God is trying to pull us away from the dependency of money. We don't need to depend on money. We need to depend on God because He can do better things than just put money in our pocket. Putting money in our pocket, blessing us with the finances only puts us in a position to handle our own problems. And see, you should know that that's not how God works. He wants you to know that it is Him who is Lord over everything. It is Him that will handle your problem. See, we serve a God that is His kingdom. He has a kingdom. His riches is unlimited. So at any time, He can drop the finances in your pocket. But why doesn't He just do that? Because if God just gave you that blessing that you want, that the status that you want to have one day, if He just gave it to you, you will mess it up. Or if you don't mess it up, you won't depend on Him. You'll depend on those finances. You'll depend on that job that you want. You depend on your paycheck. See, now you're in the season where you're learning and growing in Him. And this is time for you to know that God is God over everything. God is God over those bills, over everything you worry about, over anything. And He works all things together for the good of those who love Him, not just with finances. God doesn't need financial things to bless you. He doesn't need anything material to bless you. He doesn't even want you to worry about how He will do it. He just wants you to know that He will do it and He will handle it. Y'all know God can bless you and handle your situation without even putting a dime in your pocket. God can pay that bill without even taking a dime out your pocket. You don't need money. We don't need money. I know that's how society is, but society is wrong. We need God. Money is just a value of exchange. But God holds the real value. Money is just a tool. So the thought that we need money shows us that we need to grow in our dependency on God. Because God wants you to know that no matter your money, how much money you have, no matter your status, He is God over everything. God can leave you in lack and handle your situation. And He will do that just so you can know, like, I don't really need money. All I need is God. God wants us to depend 100% on Him. So that when He bless you, He wants you to learn this so you can get this muscle memory activated of leaning and depending on Him. So once He blesses you and places you high, you won't depend on your money. You won't think that your paycheck is where your help comes from. No, it is from God. So if you was to lose that money, it wouldn't even matter. Because you know the same God who got you at that place is the same God who can take care of you when you lost everything. I love the part in the Bible where it shows where God fed Elijah by the ravens. Like, God sent Elijah to a place where money wouldn't even be needed, would have no value. And he fed Elijah by sending ravens to feed him. And thinking of that, I wonder what kind of food the ravens fed Elijah, but that's besides the point. I don't know if it was like John the Baptist and was eating insects, but that's besides the point, like I said. But just know that God isn't limited to finances or anything material. And anytime a way needs to be made, we should expect God's miraculous hand, his providential hand. Because God wants us to know that he can do it. He will do it. He will give you that ineffable, inexplicable, I can't explain it, I don't know how he did it, but he did type of blessing. God wants us to lean on the fact that he can and will do that. And whether the fact that he will do it or not, he can do it, but whether the fact that he will do it or not won't matter, because you know that all things work together for your good. Romans 8:28. Because he knew about your cares. He knew about what you needed before you needed. Before he knew about your bills that you want to have in the future, but he already has a way handled for that. So stop depending on your finances and depend on God. Because when we depend on our finances, we try to, like I said, put it in our hands. It ain't, sometimes it's not for us to fight the battle. Sometimes God wants to fight the battle for you. So depend on God, release your finances to him, and watch what he does in your life. Once you get this down pat, watch how he blesses you, because your trust is in him. Your trust is what he wants it to be, in him. Not in material things of this world, but in him. Y'all be blessed. And I pray for your finances. But I pray first that this message touch you, that you know that God's providential hand is not limited to any financial care that you're looking for. He can do it when you're broke, rich, lacking, or wealthy. Y'all be blessed.